welcome to the Q&A session where we just take random questions. Anybody can ask anybody else a question. It doesn't have to be to me directly or anybody in particular. So let's open up the forum. Anybody got a question? If not, I'll start it off. Siley Myris, how's the math module coming along?
I made a little bit of progress, and I need to sync up with Joel, which I haven't done yet. And depending on our architectural discussion that we'll have with him, I'll start. I have some code already built, but I'll start like getting it to a ready state and deploy it somewhere, make it work. And we had a quick call with you where we discussed some other problems that I haven't considered, right? And we agreed to implement the solution for the easiest problem, where a user just asks the bot to calculate something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
What about like how many different categories of types of questions can be asked for the math module? Because we have the simple ones where it's just like do this mathematical equation. What about where it's asking about sorted lists? I was trying out yesterday betting odds. Like if you wanted to bet on something, what are the odds that you'll get paid out? Just like, have you thought about how many different categories there are?
I'm sure now I have about 5 categories.
5? Okay.
But it will be expanded for sure.
Yeah, as we see more users using this stuff, we'll see different types. And you have to have kind of like a catch-all, right? That catches it, that says, none of the other ones do this, so let me go and call an API back to us so we can know about a new type of math question that we had handle.
Yeah.
Analytics, right? All right.
I also had I was thinking about debugging all this stuff where different our modules talk to each other. For instance, how the master redirects its question to math module response, and then how it goes to GPT to expand the answer, and so on. So we need, for each message, we need to have this chain logged somewhere so we could easily debug what was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, that makes sense. For customers that opt into it, because we're going to be using our customers' OpenAI account, so they have to opt into sharing that data so we can use it to improve our service.
Yeah. Also, I had a question about the limits that we have for the APIs that we use. Like you shared the token with me. I did some requests. So what are the restrictions that we have?
So there is a rate limit. I think my monthly cap was like $120 a month, which it'll be hard to hit for you to hit that, so don't worry about it. But there is a rate limit that you can hit, and then you get that request from OpenAI to expand it. I asked that question when I made that request, and I never got a response from OpenAI. So whatever the rate limit is, it's going to be the rate limit because they're not responsive.
Okay.
But you have to call it a lot for you to get the rate limit.
So what's the rate limit again?
I don't know what the actual number is. I was doing something with one of the other APIs. I think it was like Curie. I was using the Curie API, and then I hit the rate limit, and then it just started giving me back the rate limit HTTP code.
I see. Okay.
But you would have to be like running it like repeatedly over and over again for you to hit the rate limit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Other questions?
I have one. So I'm not sure I know exactly what I'm talking about when I bring this up, but so in ChatGPT, it's where you can't have it write a paper for you, right? Like to prevent cheating or whatever.
Right.
But can can Haley still, like, since it's using that technology, can Haley still edit grammar of a paper, or like if
I
you're
would think so. Like if you gave it a paper and then told it to modify it, I think ChatGPT would do that. I don't know, we would verify. But Haley will write an essay for you. You say, Haley, give me the outline, and then give me the different sections. It'll write the essay out for you.
nice? Okay.
For,
What
for the
about
time being, for the time being, it might
yeah?
get our legs might get taken out from underneath us.
Got you. What do you know about? How do you feel about Haley helping with, like, if whenever we all write the books on our lives,
Mm-hmm.
Haley be able to act like an editor? Like,
Haley will write the book.
nice.
Haley's not the editor. Haley's the author and editor and whatever.
I can hardly imagine that with today's limit for responses.
I mean, if you ask Franco, he was able to do a proof of concept for it, where he was able to generate books on demand. But we had to use the ChatGPT API.
But
And there's ways to prompt ChatGPT to get around the restrictions. Like you just tell it to pretend to be something else, and then you can then get what you want out of it.
okay.
There's a website. In fact, I shared it. It's jailbreakchat.com. You can see different prompts there. So check that out, jailbreakchat.com. But people are working on it. People are working to get around the restrictions.
I see. Okay.
All right. Other questions?
Did those restrictions break anything in our code, like on our side for Haley?
Yeah, they broke like writing essays, doing like engineering, law, medicine. So we had to circumvent it. That's what my update did to get around the restrictions. So there was a lot of stuff that it broke that they did like 3 days ago, I think. But the weird thing is, if you go into the playground, the playground doesn't have any restrictions. It's the API that they provide for the same thing that has restrictions on it. So it kind of sucks. They're like showing off, like the playground showing off, like, hey, I can do all this stuff. And then we actually try to call it via API. It's like, no, pump your brakes.
That's a bummer.
All right. Any other questions? If not, we'll call it in. And remember to smash that like button and subscribe and whatever. Is it up? Is it down? It's in some direction. Yeah, wherever it is, when you figure it out where it is, hit that. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.